Hey, it's Rob from Wheelworks Bike Shop in Dublin, doing a couple of unboxings today. We have a Speed Concept and we have a Madone, both Project 1 bikes, I think. Not too sure what's in them. We're going to find out. We have a lot of Speed Concepts due out over the next week. We've got, I think there's 3 due this week and 1 or 2 due out next week. And I have a customer coming in today to order one as well. They're flying in to have a look at one. So this is a Speed Concept. Oh yeah, this is one of the, what they call it, a P1 now. So it's one of the standard color options. There's usually 4 standard color options available in Project 1 that there's no extra upcharge for. Currently they are, there's a black with like a prismatic marble in it. There's I think it's a hex blue, which I don't know, I was never that mad about, and I can't remember what the other one is at the moment. But we've got a bunch of the signature ones. Signature is the next one up from that. This is the 4th color, so it's a red to black fade, which I quite like. I like the fades. I wasn't sure about them when they came out first. I thought they looked a little bit retro, a little bit too retro, but they've really grown on me. Quite like the fades now. So this is a dark red logo fading to black or carbon red smoke maybe. So let's have a look. I wonder what colour have they painted the bar. Is it painted carbon smoke or red? They paint the bar to match with Speed Concepts. Yeah, it's a black bar. That's not so exciting. But it's this is the flat bar. So the Speed Concept comes with 3 different bar shapes. There's a high rise, which has a steep rise for your bullhorns, and there's a mid rise, and then there's a flat one. If I can manage to open this packaging, I'll let you have a look at the flat. Yeah. So I suppose the thinking with the 3 different rises are, if you start with the flat one, it gives you a more aggressive, more aero position when you're in the bullhorns. So you're lower down. So for either more flexible riders or the riders who are looking to be competitive in all positions on the bike, as opposed to just looking for maybe comfort when they're on the bullhorns. It's probably slightly twitchier to ride as well on the flat bar. The mid-rise would be the most popular, particularly for long distance athletes where they're looking for a little bit more height. The towers that mount your dry bars are on that curve. So as the bar starts to curve, that mount places a little bit higher, so it gets your arms higher. And then obviously your bullhorns are a bit higher as well. So it's a slightly higher hand position when you're on the bullhorns. For a more nervous rider, somebody whose bike handling isn't quite as good, the mid-rise is a bit more popular, it's a bit more stable. And then the high-rise, the top one, is quite a bit higher. So for somebody who still wants to be on a tri bike, but maybe is not as flexible, has maybe back issues, or they want to be much more comfortable on the bike, the high rise would be the one they go for. The high rise looks really cool. I think the flat bar looks very cool on it. We had some high rise ones, but I think they're all gone. But I think the high rise bar looks really cool. I like the shape of it. Anyway, that was. If Ash is watching this, so Ash tends to watch the unboxing videos just until she sees the colour, and then she goes away. She's not interested in the technical stuff. So if Ash is watching it, Ash is my wife. If she's watching, she'll be sort of sitting there rolling her eyes, going, just take the packaging off and stop talking. Get there in a second. something in there. I thought there was washers in that. Okay. So you can see the red fade down into the black or the dark red carbon smoke. The carbon smoke is basically just a tinted lacquer that they use. It's you'll see on the likes of the Madone, not that one actually, the SLR one down further down there, or this red one here. The carbon smoke or the black carbon smoke will be the lighter paint job. Paint's quite heavy, so when you get into the likes of this guy over here with a really fancy paint job, or the chromes where there's multiple layers, or tie-dye where there's multiple layers, the paint gets quite heavy, relatively speaking, obviously. So the coloured smoke, the red or the black or the green and blue, they do it as well. They would be the lightest paint finishes. They look really cool. You can see the carbon weave through the clear lacquer, and there's a bit of tint in it to add colour. You can see the top half of the bike is gloss black painted, and then you've got the metallic red fading down into the carbon smoke. The build on this one is SRAM red axis, previous generation, and Bontrager Aeolus Pro 51 wheels. They're Bontrager tyres that come standard on them. We'll generally switch those out on a race bike for something like a Pirelli P0 RS or Conti GP 4000 or 5000 as it is now. You'll see that the seat post doesn't have the clamp mounted on it. The clamp can be mounted forwards or backwards, whether you're riding time trial or triathlon. If you want the steeper seat angle that you'll generally have in triathlon, you'll mount it forwards. And if you're riding time trial, or if you have a very long torso, you'll see people mounting it backwards. For time trialing, the geometry rules are a bit more restrictive, so you're not able to have your saddle as far forward. It needs to be further back in relation to the bottom bracket than triathletes would typically ride. So time trialists will generally ride with the clamp backwards, and triathletes with it forwards. The SRAM Red comes with a Quark power meter. SRAM bought Quark a number of years ago. They would have been one of the early, very high-end power meter companies, and SRAM's business model was to buy different components, manufacturers, the higher end ones. They did it with RockShox and Zip, and other smaller companies that made chains. I can't remember which chain company they made, but that was the way they grew their business, to do complete group sets, power meters, wheels. So that's as far as we're going to go with that one today. I'm not going to go unboxing everything else and putting it together, because I want to see what's in the other boxes. So Speed Concept SLR 8 axis. It's a large, and we'll get it into the workshop, get the lads to build it up, and I think we have that one booked to go out next week. So we'll do another video when it's all finished, and we'll run through the finished spec with tires and sizing and all that sort of stuff. Okay.